Hello guys, I am Dishit and you are watching LawPutra YouTube channel. My today topic is about defamation. पहले तो आप लोग को बताना चाहता हूँ मैं डिफेमेशन होता है कैसे। हमारे कुछ प्रोसीडिंग हमारी ऐसी होती है जो कि क्रिमिनल में भी होती हैं, कुछ सिविल प्रोसीडिंग भी होती हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव टू नो व्हाट इज क्रिमिनल प्रोसीडिंग, व्हाट इज सिविल प्रोसीडिंग। क्रिमिनल प्रोसीडिंग वो चीज़ होती है जहाँ पर हम लोग इन्वॉल्व करते हैं क्रिमिनल प्रोसीडिंग में। वहाँ पे होता है हम लोग वहाँ पे प्रोवाइड करते हैं पनिशमेंट जो कि हमारे इंडियन पेनल कोड प्रोवाइड करती है। अगर सेक्शन 1 टू सेक्शन नंबर 510 जो हम लोग को मिलता है, जो पार्ट 22 में पूरा बटा हुआ आईपीसी डिवाइड करता है, वहाँ पे चलती क्रिमिनल प्रोसीडिंग। एंड इन सम केस देयर इज अ थॉट विच डील ओनली विद क्रिमिनल प्रोसीडिंग, नॉट विल डील ओनली सिविल प्रोसीडिंग। सिविल प्रोसीडिंग क्या होती है, वहाँ हम लोग डैमेजेस प्रोवाइड करवाते हैं। पनिशमेंट देने की वजह हम लोग वहाँ पे हम लोग डैमेजेस देते हैं, उस पर्टिकुलर चीज़ का डैमेज प्रोवाइड करवाते हैं जो उसका डैमेज हुआ होता है। ठीक है, तो बहुत से ऐसी हमारे सेक्शंस आईपीसी में हैं जो कि टॉर्ट से भी सिमिलरिटी मैच करते हैं। ठीक है, एंड माई टुडे टॉपिक इज अबाउट डिफेमेशन. Defamation is just in defamation we can file a criminal proceeding or civil proceeding, depend upon that person, that what the person want. ठीक है, इतना समझने में हम लोग को एक दिमाग में क्वेश्चन आता है कि डिफेमेशन में जनरली पर्सन कौन सी चीज़ कब ऑप्ट करता है। अगर जब उसका स्टेटमेंट ऐसा उसे उसको पनिशमेंट करवाना है, जिसने उसका स्टेटमेंट दिया लो, दैट इज रॉन्ग डूअर, उसको पनिशमेंट देनी है, देन ही विल कैन प्रेफर टू क्रिमिनल प्रोसीडिंग। अगर उसको डैमेजेस चाहिए स्टेटमेंट के अपने, जो उसका फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड हुआ है, तो वो सिविल प्रोसीडिंग में अंदर आएगा। ओके ना, ये आपको सब क्लियर है। तो मैं अभी आपके लिए थोड़ा रीड आउट करता हूँ डिफेमेशन कि व्हाट इज डिफेमेशन. Every person has an absolute right to preserve his reputation. The right is acknowledged as an inherent personal right of every person. It is a right in them, that is a legitimate. It means right against the whole world. Okay, a mere reputation is his property and if possible more valuable than any other property. ठीक है, अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ कुछ हमारे एमिनेंट जूरिस्ट ने इनको डिफाइन किया है। जैसे कि पहला डॉक्टर विनफील्ड. डॉक्टर विनफील्ड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सन इन द लॉ ऑफ टॉर्ट्स. He has given many definition of law of torts. So let's read out his definition. Defamation is the publication of a statement which tend to lower a person in the estimation of right-thinking members of society generally, or which tend to make them shun or avoid that person. Okay. He's trying to about say that we can say that there is a publication of a statement which exposes a person to hatred, contempt, ridicule, or to expose him in trade, business, profession, calling or office, or to cause him to be shunned or avoided in the society. That is said to be defamatory statement. अगर आपको एग्जाम्पल छोटा सा बताते हैं, एक पर्सन था ए और एक पर्सन था बी. ठीक है, ए ने बी से बोला कि जेड इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम लेप्रोसी. ठीक है, लेप्रोसी एक सफिशिएंट डिजीज जो कि हार्ड कोर डिजीज होती है. तो ए ने बी को बोला कि जेड इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम लेप्रोसी. इट इज अ डिफेमेशन ऑफ जेड if he is not suffering. If he is suffering, that no problem, but if he is suffering, that it is a defamation. Okay, so if we talk about kinds of defamation is of two types: libel and slander. First of all, we talk about in India both are punishable and both are available, one's criminal and civil proceeding both. But in English law there is a difference between in India and in English law. What is the difference? That first of all, we learned what is libel and what is slander. Libel means a libel is a publication of false and defamatory statement in some permanent form tending to injure the reputation of another person without lawful justification or excuse. Essential क्या होते हैं इसके? पहला, the statement must be false. Second, it must be in a permanent form. Third, it must be defamatory. Okay, so libel means is somewhat a written statement which we publish, that is a libel. And libel is generally punishable in both as per English law and per Indian law. Now talk about what is slander. And defamation is of two types, libel and slander. What is that? Slander is an oral statement. What is slander? Let's read out. Slander is a false and defamatory verbal or oral statement in some transitory form tending to injure the reputation of another without lawful justification or excuse. By repetition is meant the opinion of the world in general. Okay, if A says to B this, that B is suffering from leprosy in oral statement, this is a slander and it is punishable in Indian law, not in English law. English law does not provide any punishment of slander. Only libel is punishable in English law. Slander is not punishable there. So what is the essential of slander? To make just like a proceeding. First, the matter complained of must be defamated. It is not that Z is not suffering from leprosy. Z must be suffering from leprosy. So the matter complaint of must be defined. Second, it must be false and must not be privileged, and the statement should be false and that must not be privileged. Third, that must refer to that plaintiff only, not referring to any other person. Fourth, it must be published. Fifth, it must be published by the defendant only, not by any other person. There must be special damage to the plaintiff. It is not that there was any not damage in the any other property or reputation of the plaintiff. It must cause any damage, special damage to the plaintiff. Slander, when is actionable? There are 5 cases mentioned as per law of tort that is punishable. First, accusation of criminal offense. Criminal offense is punishable if any person says that X is that X. If any person, let's talk about A and B. A tells to B that Z is a rapist and he raped that particular girl. And if Z does not do that statement, that is a slander and that is actionable person. So first statement, accusation of criminal offense. If any person accuses of any criminal that particular not done, that is punishable according to slander. Second, accusation of violent diseases. That disease which is very much sufficient to cause other to believe that this is a hazardous diseases, that person is also committing a slander. Third, imputation against office, profession or trade. If any person is disturbing his occupation, profession or trade, that is also a slander. Fourth, unchastity in women or girl. Women or girl, and if unchastity and if you are disrespecting them, it is punishable not only in civil but also in civil also. Okay. Fifth, expulsion on caste. Caste is a very important task. Caste is very important, and many of the person does not respect the lower caste. So this is also punishable according to slander. You don't have to insult any other caste. Okay. So what is the common difference between libel and slander? That libel is an written permanent form and slander is an oral or transient form. Okay. Libel is punishable. Libel is punishable both in India and in English law, but slander is punishable only in India. So it is the common difference between libel and slander. Now let's talk about essential of defamation. That what causes a defamation. That first, we have discussed about Dr. Winfield definition. Now let's talk about essentials of defamation. Essential is very much necessary as proceeding of the defamation. First, the statement must be defamatory. The statement is not defamatory. The statement is true about that particular person. The statement must be defamatory. Second, the statement must refer to the plaintiff. It is not that statement is referring to any other person, as we can see in E. Holton versus Co. and Jones. In this case, the defendant is not preferring to plaintiff, or plaintiff feel that he is preferring to me. Okay, so the statement must refer to the plaintiff. Second, the third, the statement must be public. The statement is not that statement is not only thinking is not any civil or criminal proceeding. Okay, so what is defense of defamation? Yes, defendant can prefer defense also. That is, first, justification of truth. If the statement is truth, that it is a very good defense. Second, fair and bona fide comment. That comment is fair in bona fide in good faith manner, then that is the particular good defense for defendant. Third, privileged communication. Privileged communication are two types: absolute privilege and qualified privilege. Absolute privilege, we have parliamentary privilege. Parliamentary proceeding is not any kind of defamation. They can talk on any other scenario in the whole world, whole country, as they are appointed to do so. Second, judicial prosecution, not defamation. If it is a defamation, then civil and criminal proceeding will rise. Okay. Third, the military and naval proceeding. Military proceeding is also not a defamation. Okay. Now let's talk about qualified privilege. Qualified privilege, statement must made in performance of duty. If statement is made in the performance of duty, that is also a good defense for defamation. Okay, so there are two absolute and qualified privilege. So this is about all about the defamation. Thank you for watching my video.